I'm Tony Fast's daughter. I'm Tony Fast's daughter. I'm Tony Fast's daughter. My family's been blessed to farm in Montana for over 100 years now, and it wouldn't be possible without the great team we have and blessings from our Savior Jesus Christ.
Well, feeding cows this morning with Natalie, giving them their grain. I noticed a bare spot in the snow was all melted on the stack, and there was steam in there. So I'm gonna get the loader tractor, put the silage bucket on it, or the chop feed bucket on it we used to use when we had cattle, and go dig into that. Hopefully it's just on the surface, a little bit of moisture that melted in, and it's getting hot now. So yeah, it's gonna be a bad deal. Well, that's just great. That's what to be in there so I can control my grapple. Guess we'll fix that quick. Kinda need it. Well, that escalated quickly. Wire was broke in there. I'm going to the butt connector, so fixed it. I gotta put a fresh coat of electrical tape on it.
Is it just something where you hit the button and pull back, it opens it, push forward?
There's an electric valve that it's the same circuit for your forward and back, for your up and down. So the motor goes up, you push the button, it runs the grapple. It's kind of a pain in the butt because you can't do both at once in, but limited hydraulics. This is the easiest way to add the grapple. Good thing there's black tape coming in the right color. So here's a problem spot. It should not snow covered like the rest of it here. So I did dig in by hand, and like the top 8 inches of it or so is warm to the touch. So I'm gonna dig into there, the bucket, take a grapple full out of there and go feed that, and then see what it looks like further down in the stack. Definitely a little steam coming off of this grip. You guys get hot lunch today. Steaming. Come eat your food. Come on. Well, I think I got all the hot spots out of there now. I'd rather have a little bit of that feed over here in the feeder that's bad than over in the stack causing a problem for the whole stack. So I'll just leave a little extra piled up here, and we'll use the skid steer later on to push it up into the feeder. Well, I don't see any more steam coming out of there, so hopefully we're good now. Well, it ran on the stand, and then it didn't. Colin went running around with it around the yard, and it died, primed it back up, started it, got it back to the shop a couple times. So now we're gonna start messing with a few other things like power valves and fuel pumps and figure out maybe something going on there. I'm just gonna be free. That's all they have to do. I'm gonna have to do a little research on this one. Maybe Instagram can help. But I'm gonna go ride the other one because I haven't got to try out those new C&A Pro skis yet. Well, I think we've tried everything. We pulled off the gas pressure line, put it in a gas can, pulled on it, pumps fuel. Plugs are good. Only thing I can think of, the only thing about the plugs is they are a little bit lean looking. They're a little bit light. So maybe we got bad injectors or dirty injectors. So I do have some seafoam. I don't know if this is the best thing, but it's what's in the cabinet. So I'm going to dump some of that in. We're going to prime it up by squirting gas down into the intake, into the throttle bodies there, and then maybe it'll resolve itself. We'll see. Ready for this?
I think so.
I'll try that.
He's on, kill switch is on.
Squirt a little more in there and try to go. We can just leave that box up there like that, I think. That's really weird. Oh, my eyes are burning. I think that seafoam's burning. Whew. Well, I'm gonna head out and go check on the cow feed there again and check the water, different things like that, and let that snowmobile just think about fixing itself. That looks good. Looks good. It even looks like we getting some of this cooled off already. This was wet before the way it looks and is dry now. So good thing we caught that when we did. How's your feed, cows? Huh? Just gonna stand there and look at me? Come here. Didn't think so. Bonjour. Well, after having some conversations on Instagram with a few people about this not running, kind of came up with this oil pressure gauge. We're gonna check fuel pressure. It's supposed to be, what did you say, 38?
Yeah.
38 PSI, somewhere in there. So we're gonna run to the battery and see what we get. 7 psi. That might be a problem. If our gauge is right.
Yeah, is it not?
Should probably check with an air hose, huh? See if we get 70, 80 psi through a blowgun.
Yeah.
Okay. So the gauge is somewhat accurate. Well, we hooked up the battery charger, give it a little more, make sure you got full voltage. Still nothing. 15 psi, so we're 20 psi short. Well, I got the fuel pump out. Figure we'll check the regulator first if we can get that out of here. So this is a fuel regulator. It's 180 bucks from Ariat. New O-ring on the fuel regulator. We're gonna put it back in and try the gauge on the fuel line again and see if we build more pressure. Well, that didn't make much difference. Huh. Just hooked up directly to the pump. Ooh, 50 psi. New regulator, eh? This is why we're working in the shop these days and not hauling grain right now, because I'm kind of a fair weather trucker. I hate driving on crappy roads. Well, when you're in town, you gotta stop at the case dealer, right? Green tractor, green combines and yellow combines. Even a cat combine down there, man. It's like people are finally starting to see the light. A lot of combines getting traded. even a Quonset. Oh, 2 Quonsets. Well, let's just be honest. These guys are buying red combines because they're just better combines. Duh. Got a guy coming to pick up a few bales of straw for his horses, so I'm gonna go get the tractor plugged in. Well, for those of you that watched the elk hunt video, I got this back from my buddy. He did the European mount, I guess you call it, or did the skinning and boiling of the skull, got it all cleaned up for me. And I'm going to get it mounted on a piece of old barn wood. It's actually some old 2x6s from, or 2x8, 2x10 maybe even. That was a corral board from when we had corrals in the yard here for our cattle. So I'm going to get a piece of wood cut for that, run through the planer, kind of make it look cool, and get that thing mounted up on there. So there we go, just give it a little character, a little bit of different color showing through. Does that make me like a knee replacement surgeon now? Ew, it kind of gives me the heebie-jeebies. Oh, look at that. That's a wall hanger. Guys, thanks for watching. And remember, farm hard, pray harder. Adios, windmill.